let's do it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the break room. We're going to have some spicy conversation. We're going to find out some deep, dark secrets today. So just buckle up. It's going to be great. The good news is that one of the three of us already thinks that he knows how we're all going to answer, which is Zach. He thinks that he has this all figured out, like we're just some kind of robots for his manipulation, but that's not true. So we're gonna get into that. But the question is, who is your guilty pleasure musical artist? And you gotta feel guilty, obviously. And so I want to make that very clear. Like sometimes people are like, oh, I love Taylor Swift. And it's like, you're not guilty. You just want to tell us that you love Taylor Swift. I want like some true, like, this isn't really something that I share with someone. So that is what I'm going for here. That's what I'm hoping those deep, dark secrets are extracted from that. Why don't we start with Mr. Know-It-All over there, Zach, who thinks he has this figured out? I'm just kidding.
Well, with the criteria that you gave, that's not really fair because I would never classify anything that I would listen to as something that I wouldn't share with people. It's just out of my. I would say that your guilty pleasure is the thing that's outside of your normal purview in your normal routine of music. But we have had this conversation before because a client of ours, Mitch Colleran, wears a Carly Rae Jepsen t-shirt. He wore it the first time we had a conversation with him. And in our comments in between, like just talking about random stuff in addition to work in Notion, I hinted at him going to a Carly Rae Jepsen concert, and then all three of us chimed in with our guilty pleasures, which for Nick, it was Katy Perry. And for Corey, it was SZA. And for me, it was Rihanna. So it's all documented. It's carved in stone. Nick, you've said it, unless you've changed. And then in which case you're a flip-flopper.
I'm struggling right now because I don't want to insinuate that we lie to our clients, okay? But maybe I didn't pick my most guilty pleasure. How about that? It's one of my, it's a person. She is one of my guilty pleasures. But
dude, I would be embarrassed to say Katy Perry.
I feel like Katy Perry of all the choices is like, the
least understandable.
Okay, what? This is for you, not for like you are supposed to talk about your guilt, not my guilt.
I picked Riri, man. Rihanna's
so you're not guilty.
Rihanna's gangster. Are you kidding me? If you listen to friggin' Bitch Better Have My Money while you work out, you're friggin' amped.
I'm just saying, you don't seem to feel that guilty about it.
It's just outside of what I would normally listen to. Like in the mix of Led Zeppelin, Blink-182, Metallica, a bunch of other punk bands like Suicidal Tendencies and The Clash or Red Hot Chili Peppers, throwing Rihanna in there just seems kind of out of place.
That's true.
But if it comes up, I'm all in. It's like if you catch a movie that's like, it's not that great of a movie, but it's on TV. Like, I'm gonna watch it, and then you watch and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
Like
that's how I feel with Rihanna.
Like Battleship. Have you seen Battleship?
Oh my god,
that's true. No. She was in Battleship, but
Are you a huge
I did
fan
not
because she's in it.
No, I'm a huge fan because she has some banger music.
Right. I can't argue with that. I do think she actually has good music, but I wouldn't be like, my guilty pleasure is Rihanna, because people would be like, dude, Rihanna's good. Like, what do you?
Maybe the question should be, if you were belting it out in the car and someone saw you doing that, would you be
embarrassed?
More embarrassed? I feel like Rihanna would be one of those things. Like, I probably I shouldn't have been, balls to the wall on Umbrella. That's kind of weird.
Disturbia, come on, there's a laundry list. Long laundry list of great songs. Okay, I accept. Corey, are you gonna swap out SZA for something else?
I don't know if there is something else I really like. I actually really like SZA and I listen to her all the time. So again, it's not that guilty, but I do feel a little bit awkward. It's not like I'm not like proud of it. You know what I mean? Like, let's just put it this way. In the last 3 months of the year, I intentionally don't listen to her. That way she doesn't pop up on my Spotify Wrapped.
Wow. You're trying to manipulate a Spotify Wrapped?
You think that hard about it?
Yeah, I'm a little bit like, by the end, I'm like, what do I want to show on my Spotify Wrapped? And like,
would I have anything? Marketer. You little marketer. F you. The Spotify Wrapped is for you. You know that, right? It's not for everyone else. It's for you to be like, who am I? But
Okay.
to you, it's
I
like,
already
no,
know
I'm
who
going
I
to
am,
curate this for other people.
I thought it was
but I want to share
bad
it.
when people. I thought it was bad when people curate like their Instagram feed to show
This
like,
is
oh,
way
look at
worse.
my perfect life. I'm like,
This is
look
way
at
worse.
this brunch that I had. That's way worse, Corey. Like,
Oh,
I
dude,
curate my
you've been
Spotify
outed.
Wrapped.
This is
It's,
unbelievable.
I'm happy with where this topic took us
Yeah, I feel
because
like
my
now
gosh,
I feel really guilty.
You should. I hope you have a long conversation with yourself about
Well,
this
the
one.
thing is that there's okay. Look, there's no way to track it. First of all I'm saying is that there's so many other people that I like more that I'm like, I really don't feel like SZA would be representative of like a top 5 artist for me, for example, if I had accidentally listened to her that much. You know what I mean?
Oops. What do you mean
Mm.
accidentally? You did it. Like, how do you, wait, you left it play
No,
all night?
because here's the way that I listen to music. I sit down on my computer and then I press play on a playlist. Or I hop in my car and I press play on a playlist. I'm not like, oh, let me seek out SZA, let me seek out Bon Iver, whatever. They just play. And so I'm just like tempering the algorithm. You know what I mean?
It's just, it's so funny to like be like, I wouldn't want this to like display as like my top
Yeah,
five.
because it's a guilty pleasure.
I'm just saying that like, it's like the numbers don't lie. Like it is your top five, whether or not you like, you're trying to stop it from being something you like
Yeah.
is very strange. This
But
is,
also I have seasons. I have seasons where I will listen
this is the
to
seasons.
certain playlists more than others, or I will go intentionally seek out an artist, or like this has happened a few times where um I will like there'll be like a new album or an album that I really like, and then I'll just keep pressing play on that, and then it gets like an inordinate amount of plays that year. So I might have listened to it for like a month straight, like I did with the one of the latest Childish Gambino albums. I forget which one it's called, but then it was like I listened to it for a month straight, and then like not at all for like 8 months, and it was still like my third most listened to thing.
okay. So when January 1st hits and you can rip the SZA band-aid off, is it just like it's like SZA day? You're
He's
just
just like,
like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been waiting.
it's his
Then I'm
fix.
belting in my car. Yeah.
Dude,
He
you
gets
are
the
so
tourniquet and everything and just injects SZA straight into his main vein
I
right
can't
here.
Oh,
believe
finally I
this.
can listen to her again.
That's so fun. I like the Spotify Wrapped. I'm always really intrigued when it shows up, but just manipulating it is so funny.
Mhm.
Brittany's Spotify Wrapped just got absolutely demolished. Like it was just all children's music,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, moms have it tough with this Spotify Wrapped stuff. She's like, it was like your top listen is like Disney, composer 55, and it was like
Mhm.
really bad.
Mhm.
Um, that's funny. Okay, I don't even know a single SZA song, by the way. I probably do. I just don't know that she's the artist.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's in All the Lights, is what it's called.
Oh yeah, all of
She's
them.
in like a
Wait,
lot of featured
like
she's featured in
Kanye.
a lot of
Mhm.
songs. Yeah, Kanye.
Mhm.
I know
She's got
Kanye.
Stars, the Black Panther.
Oh
Mhm.
okay.
The song from Black
Mhm.
Panther. Yep, she's in that one, which is pretty good.
Mm.
But I also am terrible at like naming songs and lyrics and movie quotes, so like just I couldn't really tell you
You're just like,
anything you
Okay. Well,
recognize.
Nick, was I right, or did you have something else in mind for
I,
your guilty pleasure?
my. uh, It's kind of right, kind of wrong. I said Katy Perry, but really, when I say Katy Perry, I mean some of Katy Perry's songs. I don't like all of her music by any means. I like Teenage Dream is a fantastic song. I will die on that hill. It's a great song. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. But if I had to tell you like an artist that like, oh no, I actually just like this person's music like through and through, it's Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah. I do
Without
too.
question.
Yeah.
And like
I-
just like I liked him when I was in high school, and it was like the girls like just you don't like Justin
Oh,
Bieber. Like I
no,
liked
that's
him back
wrong.
then too, all the time.
Mm.
He
I
even the albums that like he released an album, but no one really liked it that came out like in 2019. I love it. It's called Changes. It's probably my favorite Justin Bieber album. So I'm like deep cut into the Justin Bieber stuff.
He's a believer.
Nick has Bieber fever.
I've
Bieber
been to a
fever.
Justin Bieber concert.
Oh
I
my
was one of
gosh.
like
That's right.
5% of the audience, maybe less, that was
Dude.
of the male species.
Yeah, you probably got pegged as a pedophile as soon as you walked into the door.
Oh, because I went with a group.
He was like
I was
16.
Okay. First of all, yeah, I was 17. Also, the group of people that was there was like there's like 10 of us, and like 8 of them were girls, and there was 2 guys, and I was one of them. And I only got to go because there was an extra ticket, which is crazy. And Justin Bieber tickets were really expensive, so I kind of lucked out, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
He
wow.
does have this. He used to do this thing where he would get like take one of the girls up on stage, and it was like the one less lonely girl, and he would like sing a song to her. And my joke the whole night was that I was going to be his one less lonely girl, but I didn't. It didn't work out.
I
So
wish.
Biebs
Yeah.
has he's got some bangers. Like, well, okay. My favorite song from him is one that he didn't actually write, but Love Yourself, which is fantastic. It's a great
Mm,
song, but he
mhm.
didn't write it. So I don't think
Yeah.
that counts.
I don't know if he
Why doesn't
writes
it
very much
count?
of his. I don't think he writes anything.
Because Ed Sheeran wrote it. And I've also heard Ed Sheeran sing it live. So, I mean, I feel like it just has but I can't hear Ed Sheeran sing that song. I have to hear Justin Bieber sing that song when
Mm.
I want to listen to it.
Now I need to go through a list of all the artists you like and find songs you like and figure out which ones they didn't write, just to ruin you. That's what I need.
I mean, good luck. I think
Yeah,
you'd be
for
hard
metal
pressed to
band?
find. Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to
I
find
know.
metal songs or punk songs that other people wrote for them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't really like to collaborate. They're not much of collaborators.
Yep.
Well, good answers. I do think that mine is probably the worst. I think you two are a little bit. No, I think Corey's whole Spotify rap situation is the worst thing we
Yeah,
talked about.
that was pretty revealing.
Yeah.
That's worse than
Anything
that's,
you have to say
that's
for
worse than
yourself?
it wouldn't have mattered like who you picked. The fact that you confessed to curating your Spotify Wrapped, it's like
Listen, I think it's actually it's like if I'm honest about my dishonesty, is it really dishonest? You know?
Wow. How the
When did it
turntables.
become? Yeah, like what you used to. You was dishonest until today. So when
We
do
are
we?
gonna
When
hit.
does the pendulum switch?
Okay.
We are gonna
You're
hit
making such
an
a big deal
we're
about
gonna
it.
hit we're gonna hit an existential crisis and a philosophical debate here. So I think we got a guilty. My other one was gonna be ABBA. That was gonna be my other guilty pleasure, but I was like,
So
but it's
random.
not a guilty pleasure because it's fantastic.
So random.
Very funny.
What's random about
Okay.
ABBA?
No, I mean it's just like old people music to me, and some songs that are good at weddings. Isn't ABBA is the what's the show? Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Am I making a
Yeah,
weird
isn't it?
connection here? Are
No,
those
no.
intertwined
That's
in some
the
way?
yeah, they're intertwined.
Okay, I haven't seen Mamma Mia or really listened to ABBA, so okay.
I
Anyway,
haven't either. I haven't seen Mamma Mia. I just know
Yeah,
that
I don't
it's
listen to ABBA. Yeah, no.
no, I do listen to ABBA. I said I did, but I've never seen Mamma Mia because I don't watch bad movies.
I have one last question for Zach because I think that Rihanna is actually a very respectable answer. But in what situations or times do you seek out? Because I know that you're like I'm gonna press play on this album or this song. So when is it acceptable to you, or when do you find yourself listening to Rihanna?
When is it acceptable to you?
I'm
Well,
just imagining like when is it that Zach feels like I don't know. It's
When
just
does he
funny
find
to
the
think
time?
about Zach being like, "Ooh, you know what hit right now is Rihanna."
I think so there's a couple moments. I feel like when we're getting ready to or like when I would have to send invoices then I'd play "Bitch Better Have My Money." Like
Okay, yeah.
So that was one of the times. Going to the like if you're going in for a workout, that's like it's bumping, and you can get it's good beats to
You and the
exercise
other
to.
teenage girls.
I have a home gym, dude.
Okay.
I think
That's even funnier, actually. Going to Zach's garage and he's just blasting Rihanna.
Hell yeah, dude. Kind of like rude boy. Call me rude boy. I play stripper music when I'm working out, so
Okay. Everything's coming
yeah,
together.
exactly.
Okay, great job, everyone. And we will see you next week.